The ongoing war involving Iran, the United States, and Israel has erupted into one of the most intense conflicts in the Middle East in recent decades.
Dubbed Operation Epic Fury by U.S. officials, the campaign began on February 28, 2026. This operation is a decisive response. The operation has mobilized thousands of troops and advanced weaponry. All units, strike is authorized. Execute now. Copy. Birds are airborne. Impact confirmed. Devastating hit. Next wave inbound. Maintain pressure.
Strikes dismantle Iran's ballistic missile capabilities, degrade its naval forces, cripple parts of its nuclear infrastructure.
The regime faces mounting pressure on our forces. Collapse or surrender unconditionally are their only options. Our end is near. Surrender, bow, or face total annihilation.
The conflict's origins trace back to escalating tensions over Iran's nuclear ambitions and its support for proxy groups like Hezbollah.
Repeated threats came from both sides. We stand fully behind they must win.
We will not yield to terror.
U.S. President Donald Trump voiced strong support for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's push. Both leaders described the threats from Tehran existential. Nuclear negotiations had failed or stalled. This failure represents an existential danger threat with unity and strength.
Reports showed Iranian violations of non-proliferation obligations.
The decision was made to launch preemptive strikes. Military assets are now mobilizing for the operation.
On the opening day, nearly 900 precision-guided munitions rained down on Iranian sites. It was a 12-hour blitz by U.S. Central Command and the Israel Defense Forces. Targets included missile production facilities, air defense systems, command centers, naval bases, and key leadership figures.
This is breaking news. The death was confirmed by multiple sources, as this marks an unprecedented escalation with global implications.
Several high-ranking IRGC officials were also killed, including Defense Minister Amir Nasirzadeh and other commanders.
Reports indicated civilian casualties. A strike near a naval base hit an adjacent girls' school, killing over 160 people.
The U.S. and Israel have denied intentional targeting of civilians and have pledged full investigations. We are committed to a thorough and transparent process. Upholding results of these investigations will be shared.
Iran's retaliation was swift and broad. A barrage of missiles was launched from desert bases, drones deployed over cities, and warships mobilized at sea. The scale of the response was unprecedented. Tehran launched hundreds of ballistic missiles and thousands of drones toward Israel. Targets also included U.S. military bases in the Gulf, like Al Udeid in Qatar, and sites in Bahrain and the UAE. Iranian-backed Hezbollah has opened a northern front, exchanging fire with Israel across the Lebanon border. Both sides were cross-border tensions.
Strikes have hit civilian areas in the Gulf states, including hotels and residential buildings. In Dubai, a hotel shows significant damage, with smoke rising from multiple floors.
This caused massive disruptions to air travel, stranding hundreds of thousands of passengers worldwide.
They just canceled our flight with no warning.
It's unbelievable.
Iranian forces claimed hits on U.S. installations. Several American service members were reported killed or wounded.
As the war entered its second week, the intensity has not abated.
We have to hold the line! Entire place back! Impact us!
It's now day 8 as of early March 2026. This marks another step in our ongoing coverage. We'll keep you updated with the latest developments. U.S. and Israeli airstrikes continue at a rapid pace.
CENTCOM reports over 3,000 targets struck. 43 Iranian warships have been destroyed so far. The ongoing strikes have crippled their naval presence. Military sources confirm the attacks are part of a larger operation. We will continue to monitor. This expands the theater far beyond the Middle East.
New waves of bombing have hammered Tehran, Isfahan, and other major cities. Explosions have caused widespread destruction and civilian panic. Casual rising as rescue efforts struggle amid the chaos.
Iranian state media reports over 1,300 deaths from coalition strikes, with thousands more wounded. The strikes target civilian areas, causing widespread DDT entries attacks and a deepening humanitarian intervention.
We accuse the attackers of deliberately targeting civilian infrastructure. These are not military targets. They are schools, hospitals, and homes. This is a clear violation of international law, and it must stop.
Throughout this conflict, we have maintained a hardline stance. We will not back down. We will secure our borders and protect people. Our resolve is stronger than ever. We will win this fight.
We demand Iran's unconditional surrender. Comply now or face consequences far more severe than you've seen. If you refuse, we will deliver even harder hits. The choice is yours.
I predict this conflict could last around 4 weeks, but I stress no fixed timetable. We need flexibility to get the right.
The United States will do whatever it takes to meet this challenge. We will not falter. We will not fail. That is my promise to the American people.
Donald Trump is suggesting the U.S. should select Iran's next leader, rejecting regime-tied successors.
The next leader of Iran must not be tied to the current regime. We will have a big say in who it is.
We echo the goals, removing existential threats.
This means fully degrading Iran's missile and nuclear programs. We will achieve these objectives.
They also aim to weaken axis of resistance proxies. This strategy targets their influence across the region.
The war has drawn sharp international criticism.
We must heed these calls and work towards peace. Global leaders demand accountability.
I call for immediate de-escalation from all parties. The UN Secretary General called for immediate de-escalation. He emphasized dialogue and restraint to prevent further instability. He labeled the initial strikes unlawful without Security Council approval. Critics argue the US and Israel violated international law by striking first.
The UN Charter prohibits the first force without Security Council approval.
This preemptive action sets a dangerous global precedent.
There was no imminent armed attack or UN mandate.
Allies like Russia have been notably absent in direct support for Iran. This absence is particularly striking given their past ties and regional dynamics. The situation continues to evolve.
Our partnership is built on mutual respect. Respect, but also limits. We have our red lines. Our support is conditional on your cooperation. We understand. Our path is our own. China has responded with restraint so far. 我们奉行克制原则，寻求和平解决. The spokesperson stressed that China remains committed to dialogue.
European nations are deeply concerned about the economic fallout.
The potential spikes into our recovery.
On trading floors, oil futures are already infrastructure is being closely watched. Disruptions in the Strait of Hormuz are a major worry. This narrow passage is a vital artery for global oil supplies. Any conflict here could send shockwaves through the world economy.
Regionally, the conflict risks broader escalation. Tensions are rising across the region. Diplomatic efforts are underway, but the risk remains high. We'll continue to monitor.
Hezbollah's involvement has intensified border clashes with Israel. Rocket launches from Hezbollah have drawn heavy Israeli retaliation.
The situation remains highly volatile. We have breaking news. Iranian missiles have targeted Gulf Arab states hosting U.S. forces. The strikes targeted bases in Saudi Arabia. The UAE have been reported. We are getting reports of casualties.
Questions linger about the campaign's sustainability. U.S. intelligence assessed pre-war that strikes might not topple the regime quickly.
Extensive bombing was unlikely to empower opposition forces right away.
Doubts persist as Trump want a short, punitive operation or prolonged regime change.
Mr. President, which is it? A quick strike or a longer campaign?
The president's been clear. All options are on the table.
Critics say that ambiguity could be dangerous. Shrinking stockpiles and high costs of prolonged engagement complicate things. Diminishing resources strain operations, while mounting expenses drain budget. This underscores the urgent need to address these challenges.
We will not yield. Our resolve is absolute.
Iran shows no signs of immediate capitulation.
We vow continued retaliation.
Our actions will persist until our objectives are met.
This is a clear message of our unwavering resolve. We will not back down.
You cannot allow these attacks from your territory.
It endangers everyone, including your own people.
We are trying to stop them. Trying is not enough. Stop them now, or we will. We hear you.
The human toll mounts daily.
The human toll mounts daily.
The human toll mounts daily.
The human toll mounts daily. Civilian deaths are rising. Innocent lives are being lost every day. We cannot ignore this human tragedy. The world must act now.
Displaced populations grow. From war-torn regions to climate-ravaged lands, millions are forced to flee their homes. The numbers are rising faster than ever. Economic chaos ripples outward. From the markets, instability spreads. Turmoil engulfs the trading floors. Protests erupt on the streets.
Global markets are jittery over energy security. Look at this map. Pipelines from the Middle East to Europe are vital, and any with oil prices climbing. Experts say this is just the beginning.
Diplomatic efforts for ceasefires remain stalled amid mutual accusations. Both sides continue to blame each other, which only deepens mischange if we are to prevent further suffering.
This conflict has reshaped Middle East dynamics overnight.
This alliance tests our resolve. Our loyalty is not in question. Loyalty is tested by fire, not words. What now?
Let's examine how attackers exploit vulnerabilities. A buffer overflow is a common flaw, allowing code injection. In real-world cases, this leads to remote code execution. We must mitigate these risks.
It raises fears of a wider regional or even global confrontation. The risk of escalation is real and demands immediate de-escalation.
As strikes persist and rhetoric hardens, the path to resolution appears fraught. As strikes persist and rhetoric hardens, the path to resolution appears fraught.
The potential for far-reaching consequences could echo for generations to come.